my topic of the week is PS3 3D gaming made possible by HDMI 1.4. Now, this is a known fact. But, once again, shout out to RadP3S. Sent me the video like I discussed earlier, and basically I'm going to run through what this video is saying. Basically, HDMI, I'm sure all you guys know what it is, but it stands for High Definition Multimedia Interface. It's the latest cable. There was a component, now is HDMI, sends a 1080p lossless audio and video signal. Now with HDMI 1.4, not only is it doing audio and video, it's going to be doing data, basically like an Ethernet cable. So instead of having that Ethernet cable plugged into whatever device you're going to be using, it's all handled through HDMI. Now, I do want to clarify, on PS3, it will still be required to use Ethernet cable. The reason why is because the chipset in the PS3 is not made for HDMI 1.4 with Ethernet capabilities. Because some stuff can be done through software, which is what the HDMI guy was talking about. Now, this guy wasn't for someone that works with like Monster or anything like that. This guy was the person responsible for HDMI, the cable itself, and developing the cable at CES 2010. And basically he was saying that this cable will be backwards compatible with other devices like PS3, which is 1.3, Xbox 360, which I believe is 1.2 or 1.1. I might be incorrect. PS3 might be 1.2 and 360 might be 1.1. Please forgive me. I might be incorrect on that. But it will be backwards compatible. Now, it's not saying that the cable is going to take a 1.1 source and turn it to 1.4, making it H3D. That's not going to happen. But whatever they share in similarity is what it will be able to do. So they are backwards compatible. Now, what this cable is going to be able to do, it's going to be able to do dual 1080p uncompressed streams. So basically, if you guys don't know, that's basically how 3D works. It's not, to you it looks like there's one video running, but in 3D there's two separations. And that's what the glasses do. They put them together, and that's what it gives you that 3D feel. It's going to be able to do a 1080p dual lossless video quality. Now, with the PS3, I'm going to go ahead and explain how this whole thing works. Where, hey, it doesn't work with Ethernet. How's it going to work with 3D? The Ethernet is something that's required through the chipset. That's something that is hardware based. Now, with PS3, they're going to be releasing a firmware update where it's going to give the PS3 3D capabilities and capabilities to work with HDMI 1.4. Now, basically, how this whole thing works is that the software in the PS3 lets the chip know how to package it, unpackages the data through the cable. So basically, think of it as like a codec or a driver for a computer on a computer, PC, Mac, whatever you want to call it. What it's doing is going to tell the system how to package the data for the HDMI 1.4 signal. So software-wise, they'll be able to push out 3D. That's fine. They just won't be able to use Ethernet, because that would require newer hardware in the console, and obviously they can't send new hardware to your PS3 over the internet. So, unfortunately, we will not have the data capabilities through the HDMI cable on the PS3. Neither will any of the other devices out right now. But you will be able to do 3D through your PS3 with an HDMI 1.4 cable. Now, who knows, Sony could be coming out with a new PS3 a year or two, and it's not going to be separating the market, but just adding new hardware that supports that capability to be able to run Ethernet through HDMI. They could be coming out with something like that. I know some of the Blu-ray players are going to have HDMI 1.4 chipset support, which will be cool. So instead of having to run a Ethernet cable and a HDMI cable and a power cable, you'll just be running a power cable and HDMI cable. Makes it less wires and more easier for people. So that's definitely something that's cool. HDMI has evolved greatly. I'm just looking to see what they come out with next. Okay, I mean, they got the audio, the video, the internet. What else? Power? How are they going to get... I don't see how they can do power through an HDMI cable, but who knows? Didn't think they would do Ethernet, internet data on there. But look what they've done. So, basically, that's what this whole cable is about. Now, some people may say, hey, does HDMI 1.4 give you a bandwidth upgrade? And no. That's once again going to be based with the chipset in the source. So, if the chipset in the PS3, I don't know what it is, but it's 5 gigabits per second. It's not if the cable's 10 gigabits per second. Doesn't mean that the PS3 is also going to put 10 gigabits per second out. It's just going to put the 5. That's once again based off the chipset. So yes, it'll be able to push the 3D, but the bandwidth and the capabilities of using Ethernet through the cable does require new hardware itself. So don't expect when HDMI 1.4 cables start coming out to be able to run Ethernet through your HDMI or expect any bandwidth upgrades. So just want to go ahead and put that out for you guys. Big shout out to RadP3, guys. I hope I explained it like you wanted me to. I'll go ahead and send you an email with the link and everything. By the time you're watching this, you'd already known that. But if there's anything else you want me to talk about, please let me know. That goes for anyone else. If you have a topic you want me to discuss on the show, please email me. Please email me. You guys know my email. I have it right below here. It's admin@thegameraccess.com. Please email me letting me know any advice on the show, topics, anything you want on the show. It'd be greatly appreciated and it would help improve the show for you guys.